everyone, this is Freshsleeved Kate. Just doing a response video, 25 questions for Thelma and Louise Get Sleeves. They did I'm not sure if they made up the questions or if it's something that they found on someone else's post, but it seems like I'll just tag a couple of people, and if I can even figure out how to do that. I'll tag a couple people and hopefully you do it too. 25 questions. Number 1, what is your dream job? Well, I work at a really awesome record store. I have for the last 10 years. I'm the assistant manager. I love what I do. I guess dream job would be to own my own record store. My boyfriend and I both work for different locations within the chain, and it would be really great to someday own our own. What do you see yourself doing in 5 years? Let me preface this by saying maybe 6 years ago now, I was in a car accident. I was hit by a drunk driver on the highway and flipped over like 3 times. I got ejected out the back window, and ever since then pretty much vowed to myself that I wouldn't think that far in the future. It's hard to focus on the future when you are now so rooted in what's going on currently in your life. So for me, I really just focus on what's going on right now, my surgery, my recovery, the changes that I have to make post-op. And I mean, 5 years, I guess ideally I wouldn't be in an apartment. I would own my own home. Hopefully still with the boyfriend. Maybe he'll be my husband by then. Maybe not. I don't really think about marriage too much, to be honest. But I'm very happy with what we have. It would just be great for that to continue. 28, so maybe a kid by then, or at least a dog. My boyfriend is allergic to every cat in the world, so I'll at least hope for a dog. What is your biggest pet peeve? Messiness. For instance, right now, I am in our record room. We have a room in our house that is just for vinyl records we collect, and DVDs. We have thousands. So I'm in like our media room, and there is a bottle of, well, an empty bottle of pumpkin lager, which is definitely my boyfriend's from last night, because he'll just hang out in here and listen to records for hours. But it's just sitting there on the table, and it's really killing me. But I'm a clean freak, so it's hard to be up to my standards. But just messiness here, messiness at work, I really can't deal with that. What are your hobbies? I love to go to live shows. I go to multiple shows every week, or at least during the month. We travel a lot to shows. I mean, we go to Maryland Death Fest every year, music festival. We also go to Folk Fest every year, folk festival. So I really like to travel around for shows. It doesn't really matter to us if something's playing in New York. We'll go to New York for just one night for a show. Doesn't really bother me. Other than that, I like to read. I mean, I usually just listen to records and read. I was really into paint by number for a while. I don't know. And I like to go to bingo with my friends, hang out with them. What is your taste in music? I work in a record store. I listen to everything. I often get to listen to things first before they even come out. My favorite musician is Bruce Springsteen. It will always be. His music is timeless. He is my favorite thing. I even have a decal of him on my car. I just got a Kia Soul, and I have the cover of Born to Run, Bruce, where he's usually leaning on Clarence Clemens, but now he's leaning on the Kia logo for the Kia Soul. So I'm completely obsessed. Like, we always have at least a Bruce record or 2 on hand to listen to at any time. It's right on the side of the record player. But I listen to everything. Obviously, I listen to Iron Maiden, I listen to metal. We go to metal festivals. We go to folk festivals. I've been to fish festivals. I've been to Bonnaroo. I listen to everything. Mostly, if I had to pick a favorite genre, I guess it would just be rock. I listen to, everything from AC/DC to Warren Zevon, everything in between. There's obviously some things I don't like. I don't like new country. I don't like stone sour, hoobastank. I don't like things like that. But I do listen to a lot of stuff. What's your dream travel destination? I got to go to Mexico after college. In college, I graduated with a degree in both literature and secondary education, so I did a lot of reading with a focus in Arthurian romance, Greek Roman, Mexican mythology, folklore, anything like that. So I wanted to go to somewhere that I'd been reading about, and I got to go to Tulum and Chichen Itza and any of the other ruins for the Mayans, and it was incredible. So I would like to go over to Greece and Rome and see their ruins and, actually see, touch, stand near the things that I read about for so long and studied. When you were little, what did you want to be when you grew up? My mother and my grandmother are both nurses, so I just naturally thought that I would be a nurse. My grandmother is a nurse with elderly people. My baba was my great-grandma. She was a seamstress. My mother is a resource nurse in the neonatal unit, so she trains nurses and works with new mothers, and I just always thought I would do something like that. When I was 13, I saw a PBS special on gaffers and became obsessed with glassworks and making sculptures. I wanted to go to mass art and make things out of blown glass. I don't know where I was going with that, but I didn't really follow that for too long. But once I got into music, especially in high school, I was in the band. I play like a multi-woodwind instrumentalist. I really thought that I was going to do something with music. I actually entered college with a minor in music, and when I graduated, that was gone. I just got too into the other stuff. Teaching is a full-time thing, so yeah, so I guess then I wanted to be a teacher. So I thought I'd be a teacher, but now I work at a record store and I love it. So I'll teach later on. I can do that at any time. What qualities do you look for in a partner? Number one, which will always be number one, is honesty. A lot of relationships in the past where that was lost and not regained, and it can't be. It can't be like that. So just open rapport, total equality and respect for each other, and honesty. Do you have any tattoos? I have one. Let me see if I can bend my foot. Can you see it? Very small music notes. I let my friend do it for he had to do 50 tattoos before his portfolio to get his license. He's now a licensed tattoo artist. If money was no object, what would you do? Is that what that says? What would you do all day? Obviously, just hang out with my friends. That's all I want to do anyway. But, work and family and everything else. All I want to do really is hang out with my friends, hang out with my family, travel, go to shows. Yeah, that's it. What is your favorite alcoholic drink? Not a big drinker. Obviously, the boyfriend is. But he's in bands and he DJs at clubs. He does metal nights. And so he's out all the time. But I'm not a big drinker. If I go out, it's usually a bottle of water. Now, even before, though, when you get hit by a drunk driver and almost die, you don't really care about drinking anymore. But before all that, I guess favorite beer, I would drink banana bread beer, or I like coffee stouts, like the ones you're not supposed to have, the ones you can't see through. That's the kind of beer I would like. And as far as like a mixed drink, I would always get like a redheaded slut, which is Jaeger, grenadine, peach schnapps, if I had to pick. What kind of sports do you like? In high school, I played basketball, field hockey, and tennis. Tennis is my favorite. Live sports, I will go and watch anything, though. Anything but football. Not really into it. One thing you wish you could change about yourself? I think going through the process after vertical sleeve surgery, you really start to learn more about yourself. I wish that I could not be so negative. I'm starting to get out of that, but before, especially when you're at your highest weight, it's really difficult to not judge yourself and think about yourself in a negative way, but I'm working on it. What is your biggest strength? I'm a absolutely loyal Scorpio to the bone friend. When you're with me, you're with me. When anything happens and there's a falling out, that's it, you're off the list. But just really loyal, really trustworthy. My friends all come to me for advice, and I'm usually pretty logical, able to help them out with things. Maybe not for myself, but for other people it's a little bit easier. Biggest weakness, again, just like the what could you change? Awful self-image. Really working on it since surgery, has gotten a lot better, but definitely need to be not so harsh on myself, and need to take more time for myself. What is the meaning behind your YouTube name? I love juice. I bought a Breville Icon juicer a couple of years ago after I watched Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, the Joe Cross documentary. I became obsessed with juicing. I got my roommates all into it, and Kevin, my boyfriend, he loves juice. So it's usually 80% vegetable, 20% fruit, so it's not so bad on the sugar side, but super nutritionally dense glasses of juice. So fresh squeezed, fresh sleeved, sleeved just a month ago. So I don't know if that'll always be the name, but that was the thought behind it. Because I was originally going to do a juice blog, but then I just gave up on that. Favorite show? My favorite show of all time would always be Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I love anything Joss Whedon does, really. I love 6 Feet Under. I watch currently Parenthood, New Girl. I like a lot of like true crime shows. I like The Killing. I like The Following. Stuff like that. Dexter. I guess I like Dexter, but only up to like the season 5. After that was the worst ever. Something you miss. I miss having a lot more free time, like when you're younger. I used to go visit my Vavo all the time. She's my great-grandmother. She's 93. She is the best. But I used to be with her all the time. We grew up in our house, and I really lately have been trying to find time to go down and even just spend like a lunch with her, go out shopping for a little bit. But I want to get better with that. I just miss having more time for my family. Turn on. My boyfriend is a musician. Most of my boyfriends have been musicians, or at least, even if they're not in touring bands or anything. Someone that's really into music, with similar interests. I like to go out. I like to go to shows. If you're not into that, I wouldn't be into them. But facial hair, my boyfriend has a really great like goatee, or he usually grows it out a little. It's great. Turn offs with men. Definitely most of the men in Providence. You see a lot of dudes who have like the perfectly manicured hands and waxed eyebrows and an orange tan, and they go clubbing and they look like they're from the Jersey Shore. Not into that. Never been, never will be. Favorite food will always be my father's mashed potatoes, like loaded mashed potatoes with like steak tips and corn on the cob. I can't have any of that right now, but eventually I can have some of it. But those were always my favorite things, like chicken pot pie. I like really starchy things. Favorite movie? I just had it over here. I have a lot, but Never Ending Story, Drop Dead Fred. Yeah, anything Ryan Gosling. I love him. I don't care what it is since he was younger up till now. Lars and the Real Girl. I'm looking at some of the DVDs. We collect a lot of like Criterion foreign films. I like a lot of those. I like everything, really. Favorite sound? Definitely agree with the girls of Thelma and Louise. I like Rain on the Roof. And if it's the ultimate day, you get Rain on the Roof in the morning, and then at night or in the afternoon, you would get the scent of rain off the asphalt, which is my favorite, like, spring, summer day ever. Favorite place? Disney World would be my favorite place in Florida, the real Disney World, not Disneyland, not in Europe, just legit Disney World. Go all the time. My 8th time was last year. Love it. Hopefully we're going to go in October. I've never been at Halloween time. That's the only time we haven't been yet, and that's when I want to go. Favorite flower? Not a flower person. I would have to say Venus flytrap. So the list will be down below. Post your own. Thanks.